Today we're going to be talking all about the human circulatory system. My first question for you, what is the function of the circulatory system? What do you think the circulatory system does for your body? Why is it so important that we're learning about it in this class? The function of the circulatory system is to distribute oxygen and nutrients to all parts of your body. So when you breathe, you're breathing in oxygen, and then oxygen is distributed to every part of your body, from your nose down to your toes, through your circulatory system. And I'm going to have Bill Nye talk to you about that.
Here come the Blue Angels! Bill Nye the Science Guy! Let's go into the cockpit as the aircraft executes a 6G maneuver. What a wacky guy! Bill Nye the Science Guy! Bill Nye the Science Guy!
Science rules. Inertia is a positive matter. T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy is brought to you by the hip new beats of cardio in the pit.
You have muscles all over your body that help you move around. Some of them you can control, like the ones in your arms. Some of them you don't or can't control, like when your stomach growls. But there's one muscle that's always working all the time. You can't see it. It's right here. And without it, you're not going anywhere. Oh. This will get the old heart rate up. Heart rate machine.
You're malfunctioning.
Your heart is a muscle about as big as your fist. Just like the muscles in your hand. But it never relaxes. For such a small muscle, it does a huge job. Your heart is always beating, but you never have to think about it. Take a look at this. Phew. It's our larger-than-life heart model of science. Your heart is a pump.
It is a pump.
It pushes blood all over your body.
It's the heart's job to keep the blood in motion.
Your blood carries fuel, energy from your food, and oxygen. Plus, your blood carries your body's waste away, too. Your heart sends blood in two directions every time it beats. The blue blood has very little oxygen. It comes from your body, and your heart pumps it to your lungs, where it gets recharged with oxygen. The red, oxygen-rich blood gets pushed from the lungs back to your heart. And from there, it gets sent to all the other parts of your body, what we call your system.
The heart powers the circulatory system. It is the pump.
To send blood two ways at once, your heart has two sides, and each side has two parts, or chambers. So altogether, we've got 4 chambers. Now, to make this work, your heart has valves, like gates, between the top chambers and the bottom chambers. Without the valves, this pump wouldn't work. It's a cycle. Your heart pumps blood to your lungs, back to your heart, to your system, and back to your heart. And it does it all the time. And it's only this big. And you don't have to think about it.
Valves keep the liquid flowing in one direction.
Warning. What you're about to see is a real human heart. This isn't going to be another rubber prop heart. Nope, this baby is real. A real working, pumping human heart, surrounded by lots of blood and guts. If you are faint of heart or get queen, parents, do you over your eyes yet? Take a lick from your heart.
and at night, in steady rhythm, there operates within the human body a marvelous machine, the heart.
The normal heart beats anywhere from 60 to 100 beats per minute while at rest. For example, my resting heartbeat is about 7 beats. But when you're sleeping, your body doesn't need as much oxygen, so your heartbeat is lower. And when you're scared, your heartbeat speeds up. It's like your body is sending a message to your heart saying, pump more blood. Scientists call this the fight or flight response. Go, run, hunt two, go. Your heartbeat also speeds up when you're doing intense physical exercise because your muscles need more oxygen to function. And the thing about exercise is, although it makes your heart beat faster, it also strengthens your heart, which is a muscle, and that's good. Right.
From the sprightly action of babyhood down through the years to the sedate phase of old age, the heart beats about 2.5 billion times.
Electricity makes your muscles move. I've attached wires to my arm right here. When I hit this switch, electricity will go through my skin to nerves in my arm and make my muscles contract. Watch. Here we go. Your heart is a muscle too, and electricity makes it contract. So right here, or right here, on the right side of your heart wall, there's a patch of nerve that sends an electrical signal to your heart and makes it pump, about once a second, all day, all night, pump, your whole life. Now these nerves are your natural pacemaker, or your sinoatrial nerves.
The pacemaker. It acts like a spark plug to begin each heartbeat, stimulating the muscles in the atria to contract, and setting off a second concentration of cells which stimulates the ventricles to contract.
He was a promising young surgeon and a plumber.
We're losing it. Retractor! Nurse!
Doctor, you're working on the wrong pump. That is a fish tank pump, not a heart pump.
Either way, it's still a pump. Retractor!
He's Hank Hartley, MD.
Okay, there's a little introduction to the circulatory system, the main organs of the circulatory system, and how it functions. Let's talk in more detail. So the primary parts of the circulatory system: blood, heart to pump the blood, and vessels, which the blood travels through. There are two unique qualities of the cardiac muscles. So the heart is a muscle, but it's a muscle that's different from any other muscle in your body in two ways. One, it contracts on its own. It's not under conscious control of the nervous system. So you have a lot of control over almost all of the muscles in your body. But one of the muscles that you don't have control over is your heart. It's because it's vital for your survival. Additionally, the heart pumps a rich supply of blood throughout your body to ensure that your entire body is receiving an adequate amount of oxygen. And there are special connections that exist within the heart, within the cells of the heart, that allow the heart to beat as it does. So the impulses that we recognize as our heartbeat are because there is a special communication between the cells that make up your heart. So these are unique qualities of your heart, and although your heart is a muscle, it is a unique muscle because of these three qualities. The heart has two pumps. The right side of the heart pumps blood from the body into the lungs. And this is called oxygen poor or deoxygenated blood that gives up carbon dioxide and picks up oxygen. The left side of the heart pumps oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the rest of the body. So the oxygenated blood is going into the left side of the heart, and the deoxygenated blood is going out the right side of the heart. And we'll talk more about this a little later. The role of the septum, very important role. It divides the heart into the left and right sides to prevent the mixing of oxygen-poor and oxygen-rich blood. Why do you think that this is so important? Why it is important to not mix deoxygenated blood with oxygenated blood? Well, deoxygenated blood has very high levels of carbon dioxide, which is a waste product. If carbon dioxide builds up in too high levels in the body, it can actually be toxic. So our body needs to be able to dispel carbon dioxide before too much of it builds up. So we don't want to mix blood that is rich in carbon dioxide, which is a waste product, with blood that is rich in oxygen, which is a vital nutrient for our bodies. So what are the parts of the heart? And how does blood flow in the heart? So there are two pumps, a right pump and a left pump. And the blood flows in through the left side and out through the right side. So oxygenated blood goes in through the left side, deoxygenated blood goes out through the right side. Alright, let's talk a little bit more about the heart anatomy and how the blood flows. So here is the heart. And if you follow these arrows, you are actually following blood into and through the heart. And the red arrows are showing you oxygenated blood. The blue arrows are showing you deoxygenated blood. And there's actually a reason why oxygenated blood is represented as red. Because in our blood is a very important mineral for our bodies, known as iron. You have to have iron in order to be healthy. When iron is exposed to oxygen, it rusts.